TV, and more specifically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very sunny Brooklyn's Mercedes-Benz world. Now you'll notice that I'm just hopping out of a Bentley there, as you do. We'll lock her up. This is currently in the TG fleet for the time being from the kind people at Bentley Motors. This is the V8 variant, and there will be some content with this car coming very soon when I waft on down to the Cotswolds in this and move some stuff into my cottage. However, today we're at Brooklyn's Mercedes-Benz world because Historics are setting up here today for their auction, which is coming up this weekend. Now we're gonna have a little look around. There's gonna be a slight change of format potentially to the video today, whereby I'm gonna take a little bit more of an in-depth look at some of the cars they've got here coming up for auction. This is the final one of the year and they're going out with a bang. There's some really exciting stuff. So come with me then. As we come through, anyone that's been here before will know that this place is just absolutely unbelievable. Well, they are. We're not going to take that because they're on the first floor. So through then, out the back here, you've got the track and all the kind of track day experiences that you can do here at Mercedes-Benz Brooklyn's. We've got 190 SL and another one there as well, but we're getting distracted. We're going to jump in the lift, we're going to go upstairs, we're going to take a look at some of these cars. Up we go then. Lovely stuff. I just want to show you this before we go around the lots as well. I'm getting very distracted here. This is here, Mercedes-Benz Brooklyn. We've got loads of facts. Anyway, we're not going to go into that because we've got an entire floor of cars over here and we've got an entire floor of cars over here. So we're going to start in the main part first and foremost. So the auction is actually going to be held here live. We've got VBH here doing her thing. Make sure you check out the Historics YouTube channel because Vicky is going around and doing a full walk around of all of the lots. And if you're really unlucky, you'll see me doing a walk around of some of the lots as well on a very professional, in-depth basis over on the channel. I've picked 4 cars over on the Historics YouTube channel to go into. So the auction is going to be held here, and Vicky's actually going to be up there banging the gable, potentially. No, you can come into shot, sir, don't worry. We're all good, don't panic, you're all good. So Vicky's actually going to be up there doing some of the auctioning process this Saturday. We've got something over in the corner there, which I really want to go into in a second. However, we're going to walk around here first. First off the blocks then, we actually have this 1992 Lancia Hyena Zagato. Now, I can pretty much guarantee that most of you watching this right now will not actually know what this is, myself included. When I first saw this, I thought, what on earth is that? This is the first one I've ever seen even a picture of. So this Hyena was actually built on the Lancia Delta HF Integrale Evo 1 and was designed to be a limited production coupe, paying tribute to the Delta and its phenomenal competition success. So then in the early 90s, a company called Lusso Service in Holland actually were inspired by Zagato's collaboration with Lancia in the 1960s, decided they would build something to rekindle some of that magic. The brief was to design a 2-door coupe incorporating Zagato's double bubble roof and was completed actually by Marco Pedrosini of the Zagato Styling Centre. Anyway, all you really need to know about this was the plan was to make 500 of these. That was then cut to 75, but in actual fact, in total, by the end, only 25 of these made it through complete production. This is probably one of the rarest cars I've seen, and you definitely won't see one of these hooning around the place. This is actually a UK registered car, which is particularly rare for this vehicle, and the estimate on this car is somewhere between 150,000 and 190,000 pounds. The mileage is only 23,000, which makes this extraordinarily low mileage as well. It's just mega. You can see the badges that you'll recognise from the Lancia Delta Integrale. It's just such a cool piece of kit. Anyway, I'm going to start dribbling over this thing. This is far too rich for my taste. I don't have that kind of cash lying around. The Zagato in the previous auction, which loads of you were asking about, I actually got outbid on by a follower of mine, actually, who has since tentatively offered it back to me. Anyway, enough on that. There are a lot of Porsches here. I'm going to try and be less Porsche-centric this time around and show a bit of favoritism to other brands. So we've got this really nice 911 SC here. Now, this bad boy. This is a very, very rare piece of kit and very apt being here at the wonderful Brooklands circuit. This is a 1997 SL60 AMG. The odometer reading is 78,000 miles and the estimate on this bad boy is 32 to 38,000 pounds. This is actually only one of 49 registered UK cars, with actually, as I'm sure you can imagine, a lot less of those actually existing today. This is the flagship R129 SL60 AMG. It did not get any more aggressive than this in its heyday. And you've got this lovely dark blue interior on silver with the deep dish wheels. It just doesn't really get much better from that era. Look at this thing. This is when AMG was just so cool. Not that it's not cool now, but this era is just so cool. And you've got wood in there as well. This is obviously an ancestor of the 300 SL Gullwing, and this was the 6th generation of the SL. It's got an electric hood mechanism, and there's even a roll bar in there that if you have an accident, it flips up. This has actually got loads of tech for a car this old. You've got active damping, airbags, traction control, air conditioning, and 5-link rear suspension. Goodness me, causing chaos up there. We've got Sarah Crabtree as well, who is knocking around over there. She's now on YouTube as well, so make sure you go and check her out. From Bangers and Cash fame. When you this pumped out 410 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds. What a beast. Get bidding on this. This is probably one of the coolest things I've seen for a long time. Right, let's come around here. This is a 930 turbo. I said I'm not going to go too Porsche heavy in this video. This is a 930 turbo anyway, with some roof upgrades. It's lot 225. All these cars can be viewed in full detail online at the Historics website. You can get the online catalogue free of charge to go and check out. You can put the lot number in. So if you see something you like, make sure you go and put the number in. We've got some very exciting bits here, which you'll learn about more in the catalogue as well. I just want to come over to this over here. This then, ladies and gentlemen, is not a car. You may well have picked up on that. This is actually a 2020 Triumph Bonneville T120 Hinckley Spitfire. Now, this is a bike with a difference. This is actually something really cool and really, really special. Not only is this a one-off, this is actually a charity lot. All proceeds from this incredible Triumph will be donated to the British disabled flying charity Airability. It's completely unused, straight from the factory, and the winning bidder will also have a guided tour of the Triumph factory at a time to suit. This particular bike has actually Spitfire metal within it. It's got a custom paint job, and it really is a very, very special piece of kit. And of course, the proceeds from this bike go to an amazing, amazing cause. So if you're into your bikes, you're into your Triumphs, you're into your Spitfires, and even if you're not, this is a really, really cool, it's basically art actually, so get bidding on that. That's a really cool thing that Triumph have done, and Airability does some amazing work, so I just really wanted to highlight this, so get bidding on that. Onwards then, lot number 179 is actually a Ford GT Mark 1 Evocation by Southern GT Evocation. Evocation? How do you say? Oh, you don't know. Estimate on this is 70 to 80,000 pounds. It's actually fitted with a Ford 302 V8 stroked to 347 brake horsepower. These are just wicked. And this is actually something that I've long been mooting whether or not I should just add to my garage. They are just so, so cool. This car comes with a sizable history file detailing the build. I don't know if we can open this door, is it? Ah, it is open. And look at this. Doesn't get much cooler than that. Literally like driving around in Le Mans on the streets. Full details on this car. I've literally just scratched the surface. Not literally, I haven't scratched the car. I've just scratched the surface on this car. So make sure you go online. But that is chaos. For 70 grand. It's unbelievable. You can see there. You can see that V8 through the back window there as well. Absolutely monumental. Moving swiftly on then, we've got a 1993 Porsche 911 3.6 Speedster in Guards Red, I believe, and the odometer is just 15,000 miles. Absolutely fresh. The estimate price on this car is 145 to 155,000 pounds, which strikes me as quite cheap. Right-hand drive in absolutely incredible condition, as you'd expect from a car that has only covered 15,000 miles, and that trademark double bubble back there. Red gauges, red handbrake, red gear stick. It's actually an auto as well. Fixed bucket seats and reds on the back there. I'm going to come through then. I'm just going to show you this SLS over here. Now, it may not escape your attention on the channel that I do love an SLS. I've got an SLS myself, and this particular example is very, very special indeed. This car has actually only covered 5,800 miles, which is unheard of, particularly for a 2010 car in any respect, let alone an SLS. They've all been used as cross-continent haulers, and this one's only got 5,800 miles on it. It is in probably the best spec I've ever seen on an SLS. It's the same colour as mine, silver, which is the only colour really to get an SLS in. It's got these amazing diamond cut wheels, but you'll notice, eagle-eyed viewers, that it's got ceramics as well, and they will be fresh ceramics as well. There will be no need to do anything with these anytime soon, which is often the worry with ceramic brakes. You know, the replacement costs and the wear out costs, they are extraordinarily high on ceramics, but Only done 5,800 miles. Over the bridge then, come with me, come with me. We've got some more lots over here. Before I head off and leave you all alone, I just want to show you some of these lots. Now, there's loads of lovely metal here, and I know I skim over things and I get told off for not covering everything, but if I covered everything, we'd be here for 4 hours. So we're not going to do that, ladies and gentlemen. I do want to talk about this very quickly. This is a Bentley Super Sports, and fun fact of the day, ladies and gents, not only is it ridiculous, it's got no back seats and a carbon strut brace. These, ladies and gents, these seats here are the same seats as you'd find in a Veyron. Fact of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it's got Veyron seats in it. And that's actually from standard. Some chap hasn't modified it. That's actually from standard like that. I am, however, here to talk about this Mercedes 560 SEC, ladies and gentlemen, 1986 car, and something that I haven't actually seen on the roads for many, many years. This is pretty much a legend of a car. This is kind of a hypercar of its day and a very early AMG. It's an extraordinarily rare right-hand drive example, and I can say with some conviction that somebody has probably at some point during its ownership fired a shotgun out of the window of it. It is just so cool. I'm going to go around the front. Look at this thing. Look at it. Absolutely brilliant. The estimate on this car is 135,000 to 150,000 pounds. It is powered by an AMG 6-litre V8 quad cam 4-valve engine. It really is a hypercar of its time. And this was actually built at a time where AMG wasn't, unlike it is today, a part of Mercedes-Benz. This is what's called a pre-merger AMG car, whereby a standard 560 SEC would go over to the AMG company, in fact, and they would modify it and develop it. But it was actually warranted by Mercedes-Benz, a bit like Brabus, except it is slightly more in-house despite being a separate entity. A really cool part of Mercedes AMG history. And with AMG doing what it's doing these days, pre-merger cars like this are a very, very good idea. Inside here is wicked. You know, over there where you'd expect an airbag, you've actually got some sort of screen. You've got wood, dark blue in here. It's just a lovely, lovely place to be. And the tech in these things is bonkers. You've actually got the seat buttons built into the seat. I love these. And obviously this back window here drops down with no pillar, leaving the whole side open. If I had some more money to my name, I'd be in the mix bidding on that. That's just so gangster. I was trying to avoid the word gangster, but I've gone for it at the end there. Sorry about that. There is something else I want to show you. This late 1970s Mercedes 500 SL, however, with a difference. This was modified by a company called Koenig. Koenig, you will know for modifying various high-end marques, including Ferraris. But what they do, effectively, they put a wide arch kit on. There's a bonnet scoop. The whole bodywork's basically been redone on this thing. This is unlike any SL you've ever seen before. It is actually, frankly, ridiculous, but there is just something so 80s and so cool about it. So from the back then, you've obviously got this absolutely mental wing. You've got this more aggressive bumper. Even the hood here, it's got a more aggressive lip on it. And it's got this wide arch kit, which is actually akin to that of a Testarossa and akin to some of the dimmer kits you will have seen on the 205 GTIs and Renault 5s and whatnot from their day as well. So the top is this rather nice gold colour on top of this dark blue finish, matching the deep dish gold split rim BBSs there as well. It will not be to everyone's taste, this car, and I'm not pretending it will be, but this is just so cool. It's so 80s. And inside here then you've got this fully polished wood steering wheel, wood throughout the middle there, and again you've got the adjusters for the seats demarked with Daimler actually on them, as Mercedes did in their day. And you've even got back seats in there with uprated hi-fi. I just think this is so cool. And coming down the road, these things have actually come back into fashion. For a while people kind of dismissed them as kind of modified and not everyone's cup of tea, but I think these have come back into fruition with the 80s being so cool now. I think this is actually a really, really cool piece of kit. That is lot 191 anyway. If anyone fancies having a butcher's of that, Series 1 Defender, really cool. I think I've just got one final car to show you that's tickled my pickle here. Quite a cool story behind it as well, and definitely something that I haven't covered on this channel before. This 1993 Bentley Continental R. This, ladies and gentlemen, was ordered, a special order, for none other than the Rolex CEO at the time. So that Rolex CEO rang up Bentley and was like, oi, I want a Continental R, I want a special color, and I want Rolex green. So this is actually Rolex green. It's not really coming out properly on the camera there. You have to come and see to believe this. This was the Rolex CEO's car, and he used to just quaff around in this thing. This is absolutely brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. So it's a Continental R, so it's the 2-door. It will do 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds, and the top speed is in excess of 150 miles an hour, and this thing with its white wall tyres is bedlam. The paint is called emerald green, and it is the same colour as your Rolex boxes. The price new at the time, back in 1993, was £146,000. It's trimmed in parchment leather and is now showing a warranted mileage of just 30,000 miles, so it's absolutely fresh. It's offered with the build sheet and the book pack and a comprehensive history file, and in early 2020, £3,900 was spent on service work with little mileage covered since. The spec includes an up-to-date satellite navigation system with a £3,000 television set in the rear as well. It's a really, really cool combination of two of the world's most iconic brands, special ordered for Rolex and finished by Mulliner for Bentley. I think then on that note, it's time to leave it there. But if you want to come and check out any of the lots, because there's about 180 odd lots here, make sure you get yourselves down to Brooklyn's Mercedes-Benz World here at the Brooklyn circuit. So come down, this place will be open for the rest of the week now, and the auction is on the 27th. For full opening times, make sure you hit the Historics website, and make sure you also follow them on social media to see what is being consigned in live time, to earmark particular cars, because unless you're following them on there, you may miss a particular car. And it never ceases to amaze me what they get in. They do so well here, picking some really, really interesting lots. That Bentley is a prime example of that. So anyway, for now, thank you very much for watching. If you're coming down to the auction on Saturday, I may well see you. I may well have a dabble, but unlike last time, I'm not going to mention what I'm bidding on this time, because I shot myself in the foot mentioning what I was bidding on last time, and a follower outbid me on that Alfa Romeo Zagato. So I won't be doing that again. Next time I bid on something, I will be mentioning it after the auction, which possibly was common sense, but was lost on me at the time quite clearly. So thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more very soon. Bye!